everyone, this is Dr. Sarah Cohen, and I am back today to answer some of your questions that came in response to my Career Spotlight video. Thank you so much for engaging. First question. I just finished up my MPH in Epidemiology and biostatistics. Are there programs, certifications that can train you in radiation dosimetry that can further my opportunities in radiation epidemiology? How can a new grad navigate their way into this field? So I'm not aware of any specific certifications for radiation epidemiology. And for me, my training has been almost entirely on the ground, so working on a research team with experts in the field. And this has really been true for much of the subject specific knowledge that I've gained in my career. Certainly, though, if you have a specific interest in radiation epidemiology, becoming involved in professional societies and attending meetings of those groups is a great way to gain knowledge and make connections in this specialty. Another small but helpful thing I did early in my career was to sign up for email alerts from journals for their table of contents in the specific areas in which I was interested or in which I was working, just to regularly see the type of work and the individuals and research groups publishing in that field. All right, second question. Thanks for sharing your journey. Did you experience inertia in leaving your previous research institute, and how did you overcome it? I think I have not so much experienced inertia, but more a desire to try new and different things, which has led me to change jobs about once a decade. So choosing to make a career change I know is hard, especially because the same job sometimes can have both amazing and also really challenging aspects at the same time. So it can be really hard to know whether the grass is really greener somewhere else. But I think when you feel called to experience something new, it's a voice to listen to. And maybe this is comforting, or maybe it's really a warning, but one thing that has been true my whole career is that the world of epidemiology, and certainly radiation epidemiology, is small, and you will likely cross paths with the same people at many times in your career. So I always recommend trying to build positive connections and leaving bridges intact, even when you do make career changes. All right, next question. You've experienced jobs in many different settings, like working for firms and being a contractor for governmental organizations. What are the main differences and similarities between them? The biggest differentiator that I suggest early scientists really think about is whether the thing that lights them up is to ask their own research questions or to answer the questions of others. So my career has been the latter. Both in commercial consulting and governmental contracting, my work has really focused on helping clients refine their questions and then carrying out the research that helps them answer those questions. In contrast, scientists in academic or government positions tend to more often being the ones originating the questions. Both paths have a lot to offer, but I think it's a good starting place to try to really understand what is going to light you up. Next question. What character traits do you think are essential or helpful for your current job or for jobs you hire for? What do you think indicates if someone is a good fit for a job? I really believe that epidemiology is a team sport. So I think character traits that make you a good teammate are essential. To me, these are things like listening well, being able to clearly and concisely communicate ideas, and being open to the ideas of others. I also think being reflective is an important character trait so that you can learn from your mistakes. We all make them. I've made them. I've made so many. And so I'm not looking for someone who's perfect, who never makes a mistake. What I'm looking for are people who can own a mistake and learn from it and grow from it. What skill sets do you think early career researchers should develop during their training to prepare for the job market? When I'm evaluating early career individuals for positions on my teams, I'm looking for experiences outside of the classroom. Having a degree in our field is fantastic, and I know you learned a lot during your academic training, but I'm really looking beyond that for people who have sought out opportunities to get real world experience and who have gained some understanding of just how messy it is to conduct real research. So I'm always excited when someone has actually collected data or cleaned data, not just analyzed a data set in a class. I also think writing is a key skill, so I'm always on the lookout for experience with co-authoring, and that can be abstracts or posters or papers. And then finally, I think that project management is an underrated skill for scientists. It's not often taught in our training programs, but it's so critical for the conduct of research. So experience with project management or even formal training, such as a PMP certificate, is really something that I'm looking for and that I recommend. So I want to thank you again for inviting me to be a part of your Career Spotlight series and for engaging so thoughtfully. I really look forward to continuing our connections.